Well, hello everyone. I'm going to be starting a Let's Play of Motorsport Manager 3 on the mobile. This is actually my first Let's Play, and what I'd like to say is I really would appreciate your feedback. We're going to be starting from scratch, and let's see if we can put together a world-class team by the end of it. So we're going to go ahead and start new game. I actually really enjoyed the first one on PC. I discovered it there, and once I saw that there's the third one on mobile, it was easy decision to pick it up for me. So let's put our name. Call it Onkas. Male, age, doesn't really matter. Just gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Keep it that. Let's give him some hair. That's cool. There we go. Goatee's fine. Glasses. Should we be that guy? Yeah, we'll be that guy. And let's change our country. Go United States, America. Okay, looks good. What shall we be? We're going to choose a backstory. So the backstory is a little bit of a boost to whatever you decide. So we can be an ex-engineer, which gives us plus 10% reliability to every part we build. An ex-driver, so our drivers that we employ improve a little bit faster. Or we could be someone from the financial industry, so everything we buy is going to cost 5% less. I kind of like the financial backstory because there are a lot of things you can buy in this game, and that 5% really does add up. The 10% reliability, once you get later on, I mean, it helps you out in the beginning, but it becomes more and more useless as time goes on. Same with the ex-driver. I think as you get your team better, there are ways to boost your driver's growth speed. So I think we're going to go with the financial. Also, do let me know if volume is okay, if there's a lot of sound, extra sound, kind of atmospheric sound that's bothering you guys. As I said, this is my first Let's Play, so we'll be starting from the very beginning. We're going to go with the open wheel sprint, 5 races, and 10 teams. No refueling, 3 spec parts. A spec part is something that not the tier, but the championship will give you, so you can't develop them to be better. So what happens is 3 of these parts, and I'll show you them once we get the championship going, is that you can't develop them to make them better. So everyone's on the same plane for 3 parts. So here we go. Open wheel sprint. All right. This is how our car looks. Should randomize a few times. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Actually like that. Yeah, I'm going to keep that. Would I like a full tutorial? I am going to say no. But there may be some of you who have not played this before. So for you guys, I will go ahead and say okay. So here's a quick guide. You are in charge of your own motorsport team, so get to develop your car. We sign drivers, staff, upgrade our HQ. I'm assuming most of you who are watching this have an idea of what this game is about. You definitely don't need to really be into F1 or any type of open wheel, or they have a few others, the racing scene, to really like this game. I don't really watch F1 or any other racing series, but the Motorsport Manager really is an enjoyable game. So we can assign drivers, engineers, and mechanics. So engineers are used to build new parts, new cars, and mechanics are setting your car up for the track and really help you on your qualifications and race day. We also have a headquarters that we can upgrade that will give us a bunch of boosts, and we'll take a look at that as well. And finally, it's the race. So you don't control each vehicle as you would in like a game like Gran Turismo or F1, whatever year it is, 2019. This is more of a management simulator. So you're going to be telling your drivers what to do. Do you want them to drive harder, drive, I guess what's the opposite of that? Drive softer, and really take in consideration your tire wear levels, how much gas you have left. All right, they're going to show us how to build parts. So building parts is a pretty important piece to this game. This is how you're primarily going to improve your vehicle within the season. So we chose to build a new front wing, and this engineer is going to work on performance, this one's going to work on reliability, and this one's going to work on performance as well. And here on the top right, you're going to see a general idea of what the part's going to look like. This will not necessarily be the final product, as it could vary a bit depending on the staff you have available. So whenever you build a new part, as you can see on the bottom here, your 3 engineers are going to give you the choice of either fixing up your performance or your reliability. So it depends on who you're employing and what you want out of the new part. Okay. And see, already with that financial backstory, we're saving $32,000. All right, that's complete. See, we got it to be 30 performance better than expected and 5% better than expected for reliability. It could also go worse. So one thing I like to do here is, assuming our driver on the left, which is obviously better than our driver on the right, they already have a part that's better than the right. So one thing I always try and remember to do if the driver on the left is my number 1 driver is to always swap the current part so that their part can go to the my number 2 driver, and then I can give that part to my number 1 driver. Got some experience. So give you a quick rundown of the layout. On the top bar, here on the top left, we have some menu options. Then you have a store where you can purchase some things for the game. It's not really necessary to play the game, but there's an editor and you can get some extra money and whatnot. Here, this blue snowflake looking item here is influence. So influence is, other than cash, is the currency in the game. So you can use it in different ways. Here they show you two areas that you can use it in. So one of them is to bend the rules whenever you're building a new part, which will give you a little bit extra performance out of it. But I don't know if you can get caught. I know in Motorsport Manager on PC, if you bend the rules too much, you can get caught and they take that part away from you, and there may be other consequences. Or you can influence a driver. So you can influence drivers that you've signed for extra perks, or you can also influence drivers that you haven't signed. So for example, if there's a driver who you want to negotiate with and they don't want to negotiate with you, you can actually use some of your influence to have them be open to negotiating with you. Here's your balance sheet, which after every race you'll see how much money you're making by how much you're spending. Let's go back. After that is how much cash on hand you have. And the negative 800,000 that you're seeing is my per race, the change that's going to happen per race. So right now, I am going to be losing $800,000 per race. Under that, you're going to be seeing your racing team info. So here on the left where it says second, we're currently in second because it's in alphabetical order. And you're going to see your next race to the right of that. So I believe that's pronounced Ardennes. It's in Belgium. And we have 5 races for this championship series. Under that, we see our drivers, then our cars, then our staff. And the cool thing here is that it gives you a quick rundown of where you stand to everyone else, all the other teams in this series. Our drivers are second on the grid, which is very good. We have the 4th best car on the grid again. That's pretty good compared to, there's 10 of them. And our staff is 7th on the grid, which is not too good. Under that, we can scout new drivers, we can build new parts, and then we have sponsors here. Sponsors are going to be ways that you can actually make money in this game. So on the top, we have sponsors that will give us money per race, regardless of how we do. And on the bottom, we have bonus sponsors. So these bonus sponsors here on the left, you can see that target position, 14th or above, bonus payment 175,000. So what the bonus sponsors do is that if you meet that criteria, so if you finish 14th or above, you will get that bonus payment. So let's view the offers that we have. Per race is $350 for this one up front, $450 for that one. I am going to take the per race for $350 for now because it's less races, so we can get a new sponsor after that, and we get some influence, which is nice. All right. So in this first season, we're really trying to just kind of stay alive, stay in the middle of the pack, and build our cash flow. That negative 450,000 right now, I am definitely going to try to make that positive, and that's really the goal of my first season. I'm not trying to really get too far ahead. It's going to be difficult in the first season to win the series, but we'll see how far we can get without really pushing it. On the top left here, you'll see my team sponsor appeal. And so the better my appeal, the better sponsors I'll get, and which equals more money. So you get more of that by upgrading your HQ and also getting drivers that have higher sponsor appeal. So let's see the offer here. 7 races. If we get second or above, we're going to hold off on that. And we'll wait a week. And I believe we should get more, and we should get an offer here up top as well. Yep, we know that. So let's go back. Then we have our headquarters. So what the headquarters is, as I mentioned before, is a way for you to get perks and upgrade. And there are three main areas. There's part development, financial, and drivers. So they're pretty self-explanatory. And we'll take a look at the first one for each one. So the first one is a staff gym. Its build time is in one race, so it takes one race to build it. It costs 1.5 million, and you get an extra 0.25 improvement points per race. The next one unlocks suspension, so you can actually develop new suspension. This one you can unlock new brakes. And here you go. First one is +1 sponsor appeal. Let's go back. I'm not going to spend too much time here. We'll revisit it. Supplier network, I'll explain it once that's unlocked. Young driver program, I'll explain it when it's unlocked, and same with next year's car. So I'm going to wrap it up right here. In the next video, we will go into our first race. See you then.